welcome to another Silver Screen Guide review. Today I will be discussing Ready Player One, based off the novel by Ernest Cline, directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Ty Sheridan, Olivia Cooke, Ben Mendelsohn, T.J. Miller, Simon Pegg, and Mark Rylance. Now, this movie has been getting a lot of buzz, especially because this book is kind of the holy grail now of 80s pop culture references, and it's kind of the ultimate geek book. And I just finished reading it actually this morning, and it's a very exciting book. It's very adventurous. I love all of the references. I have learned things about the 80s that I didn't know before, and this movie really does the book justice, I would say, with bringing in those Easter eggs, but also some new things for the updated generation that I really appreciated. So this movie is about a kid named Wade Watts who grows up in the not too distant future, I guess you could say, and there is this hunt going on for this Easter egg from this multi-billionaire, trillionaire, eccentric guy named Halliday, who is kind of Wade's idol in a way. And Wade, along with some of these other gunter friends that he makes, egg hunter, they are trying to figure out the three challenges to get these three keys to unlock this egg, and whoever does win these three challenges and gets the egg, they will inherit all of Halliday's fortune, and the world is theirs to shape what it will, because the world's kind of gone to pot in the future, it seems like. So let's talk about the technical aspects first of this movie. This movie looks gorgeous. I would not be surprised if this movie gets nominated for Best Visual Effects. I loved the visual effects. You could tell they were still kind of visual effects, but that was the whole point, is to not be 100% realistic, because they are in this virtual reality simulation. But it still looked incredible. It felt very immersive to me, even though I knew I was watching this kind of video game-esque scenario. I was still sucked into it, and I was very impressed with a lot of the things Spielberg was able to do behind the camera with certain things, recreating certain scenes. Very impressed with the music as well. Very much reminiscent of the 80s theme, and I loved the just how it was very well composed. It was very well conducted. The technical aspects were spot on. Now let's talk about the performances. Ty Sheridan does a pretty good job. I thought his performance was fine. Olivia Cooke was pretty good. Honestly, I think everybody in this movie was fine. I guess you could probably say Mark Rylance was the standout in a way. He kind of is in every movie he does, it seems like, especially since he won his Oscar with Bridge of Spies. But he does a good job of being this very kind of shy, eccentric character that we really only see through flashbacks or in some weird after-death holographic type way. And don't worry, no spoilers. But like I said, that's the whole premise of the movie, is that he's died. But anyways, he probably does the best. Otherwise, the performances are fine. They're all fine. Nothing really to write home about here. Now, as for the plot, I found it to be very exciting, and I really think they did the source material a lot of justice. Even though it is quite different from the book, I did do a from page to screen video that will be in the link of this video. But I was really pleased with a lot of the changes. I felt this movie was very exciting. I felt the pacing was great. This movie is almost 2.5 hours long, but I didn't really feel it. I did kind of start to feel it towards the end, but because they have really kind of fun, unique characters, I did also really enjoy T.J. Miller's character of IROC. He looked cool, he was pretty funny, he had a lot of dry comedy, and thankfully they were able to keep this movie moving along. A lot of exciting sequences. It never really felt like it got boring, and it surprisingly does move fairly quickly. Ready Player One is an absolute blast, and it's one you could probably take your family to and have a really good time. I really hope this movie does well, and I hope Spielberg comes back to do more movies like this. I love Spielberg movies from the 80s, so who perfect to come and do this movie. And yeah, it's a really big breath of nostalgia there, but also very modern and just the right way. So I had a great time with Ready Player One. I had an absolute blast. I guess probably for the flaws of this movie. The evil bad guys in this movie, the IOI Corporation, I feel like their motivations for wanting to get all of this money and win the challenge are not very fleshed out in this movie. They're just very briefly skimmed over, I feel, in one scene, and you're just supposed to expect, oh, they're greedy people, and that's what they are, just these greedy corporate overlords. That really didn't do it for me, and so I was hoping for a little bit of a bigger bad, and honestly, a little bit more friction and competition between the bad guys and good guys. We did get some of it, but I would have liked to have seen a little more. I think that could have made the movie a little more exciting. But other than that, I don't think I really have very much complaints about it. I think they streamlined what would have been a very hard movie to film, very tedious with a lot of its intricacies. I think they did it a lot of justice, so I was super pleased with Ready Player One, and that's why I'm giving it 8 stars out of 10. It receives a solid recommend. So definitely go out and see Ready Player One. I think you'll have a blast. I can't wait to own it on Blu-ray and add it to my collection and hunt down all of the Easter egg special features that I hope it comes with. But thank you for watching my review. Make sure to stay tuned, because Alan and I will have a full-length, in-depth podcast movie review where we'll be giving you our thoughts on the movie in much greater depth than this quick review that I did. So look for that coming soon. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. We'll be doing a lot more great content on here, and share it with your friends if you enjoyed it. So thank you once again for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.